Hi everyone, so these are the three topics that I took away from chapters 5 and 6 that I would use in my future classroom. So from chapter 5, I took away journals and checklists. So for journals, I really liked how they link written communication with mathematics. For some reason, when I think about math, I kind of just think about numbers, and I don't really think about how we use written communication in it. Especially with Common Core nowadays, students are asked to write how they got to a solution. So I think it's very important that students are able to reflect on their learning experience and write and be able to communicate how they got to a math solution in words. And then also, I really like how journals are able allow students to express their current attitudes towards math. So for instance, if they are gaining more confidence in it, or they might be fearful of failing or just not understanding the concept, you can reflect on that and write it down. And then students can also write about their conceptual understandings and problem solving, which can include descriptions of ideas, solutions, and observations that they may have had during the math lesson. And then finally, students can also jot down any questions that they may have about the math concepts. As a teacher, I will probably be reading these journal entries. And if they do have questions, then I can easily answer them by writing it down on the paper for them. Because I do know that it can be intimidating to raise your hand in a classroom full of students that seem like they're understanding the concepts fully, and then you really don't want to be that person left out. I understand that. So I would definitely answer any questions that they may have if they do write them in the journals. And then moving on to checklists, which I also found in chapter 5. I just think they're very effective, efficient, and quick to use. I feel like classrooms are pretty fast paced, so I think these would be very easy and efficient to use. So pretty much as a teacher, I can cut down on writing and pay more attention to my students and the tasks that they're actually completing. I can easily check off that a student is proficient and then jot down a couple of notes before moving on to the next student. And then in chapter 6, I read about think alouds, which I really liked. Pretty much a think aloud is an instructional strategy that involves the teacher demonstrating the steps to a problem while verbalizing the thinking process and reasoning. Then the student follows this instruction by imitating this process of talking through a solution on a different but similar task. So usually I do a very similar strategy, at least I think I do, when I tutor my 4th and 6th grade students in math. So I tutor them via Skype, and I'm able to share my screen and use a whiteboard feature. So I'm able to write down the problem or the equation, and then I verbally say exactly what I'm doing, and then they're able to see it as well while I'm verbally expressing what I'm doing. And I'm able to stop and ask if they have any questions, and then I'm able to answer them right there. And then they pretty much follow along, and then they repeat the exact same process when they solve their own problems. So I allow them to share their screen, and then they pretty much do the problems, and then they the exact same process. And I think it just allows them to verbally express what they are doing, and I think they're able to understand the math concepts more. I definitely see a lot of improvement when I tutor my students like this. So yeah, so those are the three topics I took away from chapters 5 and 6. So journals, checklists, and fill-outs are strategies that I will definitely use in my future classroom. Thank you so much.